Hi everyone, I'm Oguzhan. Today I will talk about the case study 23, developing online assessment in an international setting. First, I want to start with the case background. The Scott Hunter case has a complicated backstory with its own set of instructional design challenges and case-specific constraints, which takes up over half the case study. But these historical obstacles are distinct from the ID challenge and constraints that Scott must ultimately focus upon. Case stakeholders and their primary concerns. Design organization. Automotive performance improvement constructions. Background. Epic is a company that specializes in training solutions for domestic and international automobile manufacturers and retailers. Transcontinental Motors constructed Epic to create an online distance learning sales consultant certification program for their US American division in order to be block exemption regulation compliant by the start of next year. 2 months before the start of the new year, TSM also requested the Epic draw up plans for a vehicle delivery specialist certification program. Primary concern: deliver fully specified certifications programs to TCM on time and within budget. Lead Epic designer Scott Hunter. Background: Scott is the vice president and creative director for Epic. In other words, he is a senior level instructional designer and middle level manager at Epic, responsible for overarching design work and projects he manages. Primary concerns: submit the developed CSSP to TSM by January 1st, complete the design plans for the VDSCP, and submit them to TSM by January 1st. Design partner Ken Young. Background: Epic Senior Vice President of Creative Services and Scott Supervisor. Primary concern: ensure that Epic delivers the sales of consultant and vehicle delivery specialist certification programs to TSM by January 1st. Additionally, he wants Scott to borrow as much of the existing certification program material for the European luxury division as possible in order to keep costs low. Design partner Hale Dowen. Background: the Epic's instructional designer for the TSM certification programs, he is at the bottom of the creative services hierarchy. Dale is responsible for the hands-on instructional design work and is most concerned with the putting into action Scott's high-level design for product knowledge assessment and competency assessment. Business partner Tina Steele. Background: Epic Senior Vice President of Account Services. She is the top of business mind in the Epic organization. Primary concern: Tina is concerned with ensuring that TSM is satisfied with Epic services, staying within the contractually established budget, and would be involved in any macro-level renegotiation of Epic services. Business partner Pat O'Toole. Background: Epic's account director for TSM certification programs. He's moved to European-based office to US-based shortened CSSP project timeline to 9 months. Primary concern: manage Epic's resources for the TSM certification programs and day-to-day business interactions with TSM and Epic teams. Business partner Craig Campbell. Background: Epic's projects manager for the TSM certification programs. She started work on the CSSP project 6 months ago. Primary concern: oversee day-to-day projects needs in terms of resource distribution, international communications, and ensure that the online certification programs are ready by January 1st. Client organization Transcontinental Motors. Background: a large multinational automobile manufacturer and retailer. They have two divisions, a European luxury division and US American division. Primary concern: develop and implement the CSSP and VDSCP by January 1st in order to ensure they are block exemption regulation compliant. Former managing client Bob Kelly. Background: former TSM senior of manager of international marketing and sales that originally contracted Epic to be a training supplier for their sales consulting certification program. His position was eliminated. Primary concern is focused on developing and implementing a certification program for TSM sales consultants. Bob didn't, however, request a certification program for vehicle delivery specialist. Former partner at client organization, Katerina Kat Weiler. Former TSM European training manager. Kat participated in unethical practices while TSM, such as nepotism, verbal abuse of co-workers, and clandestinely undermining the authority of her superior, Bob Kelly. She was fired and replaced by Anthony DeWerks. Primary concern is stymie Epic's efforts to create a sales consultant certification program and cowardly developed competing certification program for French sales consultants with a relative of her European co-worker, Anthony. Current managing client, Victor Nielsen. Background is assumed Bob Kelly's job at TSM and has the responsibility for giving final approval to Epic's plans for the CSSP and VDCSP. Primary concern is he wants the Epic to design, develop, and implement separate online certification programs for sales consultants and vehicle delivery specialists that allow TSM to satisfy block exemption regulation standards. Current partner at client organization, Antonio Devarex. Background: Anthony was the local training manager for France before the TSM's reorganization. He secretly worked with Kat Weiler and a close relative to develop a pilot certification program for sales consultants in France. Unbeknownst to Bob Kelly and Epics, while underhanded, his certification program was a success in France, and he was promoted to Kat's position when she was fired. Primary concern: Victor has demanded that Epics produce a separate certification program for the VDS in large markets. Audience: TSM sales consultants. Background: sales consultants for TSM's US American brand of automobiles work in retail locations all over the world. Primary concerns: learn more about how to sell TSM automobiles. They hope to earn money more through increased sales. Vehicle delivery specialist. Background is VDS work in large markets, often of retail locations that sell both the US American brand and European luxury brand of TSM's automobiles. They deliver the automobile to customers, explain product features, and answer any questions or concerns posed by customers at time of delivery. Primary concern: VDS need to know basic product features and understand how to handle various issues that may arise upon delivery. They know it is important excel in these areas in order to be promoted to sales consultant. Subject matter experts, local training managers. Background: local training managers are administrators the training and have first-hand experience regarding what project knowledge and competencies sales consultants and VDS shall possess. Primary concern is to provide information that increase the likelihood that CSSP and VDSCP meet the needs of their individual markets. Instructional design challenge. First, analysis. Conduct a learner analysis and needs assessment to discover what product knowledge and competencies vehicle delivery specialists should possess in order to satisfy the block exemption regulation requirements. Second, design and evaluation. Design instructional goals, performance objectives, and instruction strategy, assessment materials, and instruction support systems based on existing training resources and the results of the needs assessment. And third, development. TSM indicated that certification materials must be prepared by the first of the year so that the manufacturer will be compliant with birth standards, which implies that EPIC will need have the at least first type certification program that is ready for TSM to implement by January 1st. Case specific constraints: employee issues and turnover. Petal tools move from Europe to US resulted in the loss of 3 months of a project time out of the year allotted for the certification program's development. Additional time was squandered by Cat Wilder, who has actively undermining Epic's training efforts, which resulted in shake-up at the DSM and new priorities. A short time frame burn. Only week remains to finalize additional design plans for the ADS certification program that will accompany the sales consultant certification program. Instructional delivery system. TSM's US American brand certification programs need to be administered entirely online, which increases technical costs and material borrowed from TSS existing certification programs for their European luxury brand. Cultural differences. The existing certification program for TSM's European-based luxury brand is culturally incompatible with needs of sales consultants that sell the US American brand. These sales consultants do business with customers that poses widely varying cultural expectations and are selling products that appeal to an entirely different set of consumer sensibilities. A limited budget. The CSSP budget is nearly depleted, so Scott doesn't have enough funds to pay an on-site supplier to conduct critical instant interviews for reality delivery spaces, or to include in-person evaluations as part of the VSSP assessments. Limited ability to prevent cheating on the product, knowledge and competency assessments. Scott has no sure way to prevent cheating. To he has implemented safeguards in the form of randomized questions, unique login, IDs, and idle time limits with automated logouts. It's also organizational goal and foster continuous improvement, which the current system does through the described safeguards, as well as personalized study plans for the underachieving sales consultants. Thank you for listening, guys. If you have any questions, please contact me via email or it's Thank you.